For 10 years, I built something revolutionary for a company that never appreciated me. Then they let the CEO's son present it as his own creation at a global conference and label me a junior staff member and dismiss me. They had no idea what was really embedded in the system they thought they controlled, or how disastrous things were about to go when they tried to use it. My name is Sabrina, and I am 28 years old. I have been in marketing for 10 years, since I was 18. My grandmother taught me something early. You can never go wrong learning how to sell. Marketing opens doors, creates opportunities, builds empires if you are good enough. I was good enough. I evolved from basic marketing skills to advanced strategies using modern resources, analytics, behavioral psychology, everything that separates amateurs from professionals. I worked my way up at Zyco Millie Corporation, one of the biggest production companies in the country. I started as an intern, climbed slowly, fought for every promotion. I did everything for that company. Passion drove me, blinded me actually, to what I should have seen much earlier: the underappreciation, below par payment for the value I generated, lack of steady promotions despite consistent results, being overlooked while less qualified people advanced because of connections. My best friend Jenny called my attention to it multiple times. Sabrina, they are using you. You generate millions for them and get paid like you are entry level. I did not listen. I thought dedication would be rewarded eventually, that excellence would speak for itself. I was wrong. The breaking point came with the system. For years, I had been developing something revolutionary, an automated marketing strategy system. I used help from friends in tech, conducted thorough research, tested algorithms, refined processes over and over again. We ran implementation tests in top European cities. The feedback was massive: unprecedented engagement rates, conversion metrics that shattered industry standards. It was rated world-class by independent analysts and was market-ready. The time came for full launch. Zyco Millie was at the forefront, which made sense. I still worked for them. I had developed it while employed there. I was invited to present at the Global Marketing Innovation Conference, the biggest industry event of the year. Investors from 6 continents, CEOs of top companies, media coverage that could launch a career into the limelight. This was my moment, the opportunity I had worked 10 years to earn. I prepared everything, rehearsed the presentation, coordinated with the tech team, made sure every demo would run flawlessly. The conference day arrived. I was backstage, waiting for my introduction, heart pounding, excited, nervous, ready. The CEO of Zyco Millie took the stage first to introduce the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to unveil a revolutionary advancement in automated marketing. Years of development have led to this moment. I smiled. This was it. I would like to introduce the brilliant mind behind this innovation, my son, Lucas Harrison. My smile froze. Lucas walked onto the stage, confident, smiling, waving to the audience like he owned the moment, because apparently he did. The CEO continued. Lucas will demonstrate the system. We also have one of our junior staff members here who assisted with some of the technical work. Sabrina, please join us on stage. Junior staff member, assisted with technical work. I walked onto that stage in a daze. The audience applauded politely, but their attention was on Lucas. He was the star. I was an afterthought. He presented my work, used my research, demonstrated my algorithms, answered questions about strategies I had developed. Investors congratulated him, shook his hand, asked for his contact information, discussed potential collaborations. I stood to the side, stunned, diminished, erased. 10 years of work, credited to someone who had contributed nothing. The presentation ended. Everyone rushed to network with Lucas. I slipped backstage, shaking with rage and humiliation. The CEO found me there. That went well, he said casually. You introduced me as junior staff, I said. My voice was surprisingly steady. You let Lucas take credit for my entire system. Don't be unnecessarily dramatic, Sabrina. My son Lucas needs the recognition and connection that comes with this more than you do. I stared at him. I developed that system. I spent years on it. The CEO's wife appeared. Lucas's mother. She looked at me with utter disdain. Your sense should tell you that we own you since you work for us. This project is literally his right. Stop being petty. Lucas walked over, still riding the high of stolen glory. He looked me directly in the eye, and he laughed. Do you know your place now? He asked, mocking me, enjoying my humiliation. Something inside me shattered, not broke. Shattered. Into pieces I knew I could never put back together. I resign, I said. The CEO waved dismissively. Fine, we will mail your final check. I left the premises, broken, humiliated, furious. But before I walked out, I turned back to them one last time. You will regret this. They laughed. All three of them. Like I was a joke. I called Jenny from my car, crying so hard I could barely speak. You were right, I said. About everything. They just stole my entire career in front of the world. I know, Jenny said. I saw the live stream. Come to my place. Now. I drove to her apartment. She had her laptop open, waiting. Remember when I told you to create an owner protection protocol? She asked. I never did that. I trusted them. I know you didn't, so I did it for you. I looked at her. What? She turned the laptop screen toward me. Code. Thousands of lines of complex code embedded deep in the system architecture. I knew you wouldn't protect yourself. You are too trusting. So I made sure the tech team implemented this without you even knowing. An owner protection protocol. It can reverse the origin of the primary code when you reactivate it with a specific sequence, or it can self-destruct the entire system if needed. She pulled up the back-end access. Zycomilli thinks they have full control. Investors just gave them $12 million based on Lucas's presentation. They think they own the system completely. She looked at me. But you are the only one who can actually make it work. Without your access codes, without your authorization, that system is just empty code taking up server space. I stared at the screen, at the protocols Jenny had embedded, at the control I didn't know I had. They humiliated you in front of the global industry, Jenny said quietly. They stole your work. They erased you. What are you going to do about it? I did not answer immediately. Because I was thinking, calculating, planning. They thought they had won. Thought they had taken everything from me. They had no idea what was coming. I spent 3 days studying the protocol with Jenny, understanding every line, every failsafe, every option I had. Destruction was tempting. One code sequence and I could erase the entire system. Corrupt it beyond recovery. Leave Zycomilli with nothing but broken promises to $12 million worth of investors. But I was a strategist. And strategists think beyond immediate revenge because with this I will still be on the losing side, so a better option should be my priority. What are you planning? Jenny asked. Revenge is satisfying for a moment, I said. Success is satisfying forever. I am planning both. 4 days after I resigned, I received an email. From Nexus Prime. Zycomilli's biggest competitor. They requested a meeting. Urgent. Confidential. I showed Jenny the email. They have been following your career, she said. Everyone in the industry knows you are the real brain behind Zycomilli's success. Your resignation probably triggered alerts across every competitor's recruitment system. I accepted the meeting. Nexus Prime's headquarters were impressive, modern, professional. Everything Zycomilli pretended to be, but never actually was. The VP of Innovation met me personally. We have been following your work for years, Sabrina. When we heard about your resignation, we knew we had to reach out. What are you offering? We want you to build us an automated marketing system, similar to what you developed at Zycomilli. We have the budget, the resources, the respect for intellectual property. I smiled. Why would I build you something similar when I can give you the real deal? The VP paused. I'm sorry? The system Zycomilli just unveiled at the global conference, the one Lucas Harrison took credit for. I have full control over it. They think they own it, but they don't. I do. You could hear the silence in that room. The $12 million system they just secured investor funding for? The VP asked carefully. The very same. And I can transfer complete ownership to whoever I choose, or I can destroy it entirely, whichever serves my interests better. The VP called in the CEO, the CFO, the legal team. Negotiations began immediately. Nexus Prime could not purchase the system outright. The valuation was too high, but they offered something better: a fair share in the company, equity, profit participation, a position as one of the top 8 staff in their hierarchy. At Zico Milli, I was not even in the top 100 despite 10 years of dedication. The contract included proper credit, my name on everything, decision-making power, respect. Everything I should have had at my previous company. I reviewed the contract with my lawyer, every clause, every term. Then I signed. Tell me I'm not crazy for thinking what they did was unforgivable and that they can't get the proper karma as I would have wanted. They stole my work, humiliated me publicly, and told me to know my place. Drop a comment on what you think. The contracts were finalized on a Friday. I activated the owner protection protocol on Saturday morning. Jenny sat beside me as I entered the code sequence. We watched as the system architecture reversed. Origin codes rewriting. Access permissions transferring. Full control shifted to my credentials. Zico Milli's version became an empty shell. It would display as functional in their backend, run basic diagnostics, show operational status. But the moment they tried to actually use it, to demonstrate it, to sell access to clients, it would reveal itself as nothing but corrupt system noise. And it would request an admin default passcode for restoration, a passcode they did not have, could not get, would never find. They are going to panic, Jenny said. They are going to do more than panic, I replied. They have $12 million in investor funds, promises made to dozens of major clients, a launch demonstration scheduled for next week, and Lucas is supposed to run the live demo showing how revolutionary his system is. The transfer completed. I closed my laptop. Now we wait. The panic started Monday morning. Nexus Prime's tech team integrated the system seamlessly. We ran tests. Everything functioned perfectly because I had full administrative access. Meanwhile, texts started appearing on my phone, from Zico Milli employees I was still connected with. Emergency tech meeting called. Something wrong with the new system. Lucas is freaking out, demo prep not going well. CEO demanding answers from entire IT department. I did not respond to any of them. Tuesday, the texts got more urgent. System showing operational but not executing commands. Tech team can't figure out what's wrong. Board meeting called, investors asking questions. Wednesday morning, my phone rang. Unknown number. I did not answer. 17 more calls throughout the day, all unknown numbers, all from the Zico Milli area code. Thursday, I received a text from a number I did not recognize. System malfunction. Need original developer consultation urgently. Will pay a premium. They still did not know it was me. They thought they could fix this. Thought they could buy their way out of the problem. Friday morning. Nexus Prime announced our partnership publicly. Press release. Industry publications. My name credited as Chief Marketing Strategist and co-owner of the revolutionary automated system. The same system Zico Milli was supposed to demonstrate that very afternoon. My phone started ringing off the hook. I was sitting in Nexus Prime's headquarters, preparing for our own launch event, when Jenny texted, Zico Milli's investor demonstration is starting. This is going to be spectacular. Someone had sent her the live stream link. We pulled it up on the conference room screen. The entire Nexus Prime executive team gathered to watch this blockbuster shocker in action. Zico Milli's conference room was packed. Investors, major clients, board members, international partners, and Lucas Harrison, walking confidently to the front of the room, ready to demonstrate the system he had stolen credit for. He had no idea what was about to happen. None of them did. Lucas opened the presentation with complete confidence. The same confidence he had when he stole my work on that stage weeks ago. Thank you all for coming. Today, I will demonstrate the full capabilities of our revolutionary automated marketing system. He clicked to activate the interface. The screen showed the loading icon. Then error messages. System corruption warnings. Failed initialization. Lucas frowned. Tried again. Same result. Tried different access codes. Nothing worked. The screen finally displayed a message. Admin default passcode required for system restoration. The room went silent. Lucas was frantically typing. The CEO rushed to the front trying to help. The tech team was called in. Troubleshooting in front of everyone. Nothing. The system was completely locked. One of the investors stood up. Where is the $12 million system we funded? What are we looking at right now? The CEO stammered. There is a temporary technical difficulty. We will resolve this immediately. Temporary? Another investor demanded. You promised a live demonstration today. This was the condition of our investment. Board members were furious. Clients started leaving. The tech team admitted they could not access the core system. Everything they had promised, everything they had sold, was gone. Lucas stood at the front of the room, humiliated. In front of the same type of audience where he had humiliated me. The CEO's face was pale. His wife looked horrified. Complete public meltdown. Everything they had built on my stolen work. Collapsing in real time. We watched from Nexus Prime as their world fell apart. Then we launched our own demonstration. Same system. Full functionality. Perfect execution. Live results streaming across multiple platforms. The industry noticed immediately. The same revolutionary system that just failed catastrophically at Zecco was working flawlessly at their biggest competitor. Nexus Prime credited me publicly. My name, my work, my system. Media coverage exploded, analysis pieces comparing the two launches. Questions about what happened at Zecco. My phone showed 41 missed calls, all from Zecco numbers. I finally answered one. The CEO's voice was shaking. Actually shaking. Please, I need your help. You can't do this to us. At this rate, we will go bankrupt. Consult your Harvard-certified son, I said calmly. Let him rescue you. He is the brilliant developer, remember. I am just junior staff who assisted. I ended the call. Within hours, the realization spread through Zecco. I controlled the system. I always had. They had stolen nothing but an empty shell. Their investors demanded refunds. Clients canceled contracts. The board called emergency meetings discussing bankruptcy proceedings. Everything they thought they owned. Gone. Everything they thought they controlled. Never theirs. Weeks passed. Nexus Prime secured multiple international deals. Companies across 6 continents purchasing franchise access to the system. My system. With my name on it. Finally. Jenny's TV studio invited me for an interview. She wanted to cover the whole story publicly. I accepted. We discussed everything. The years of underappreciation at Zecco. The conference where Lucas took credit. The humiliation. How I had built protection into the system. How they thought they owned what they could never control. The interview went viral. Industry-wide discussion. Corporate ethics debates. Analysis of intellectual property theft. Zecco remaining credibility was destroyed completely. Their clients abandoned them. Investors filed lawsuits. The company faced bankruptcy. Lucas's reputation as a brilliant developer was exposed as complete fraud. The CEO's leadership was questioned by everyone who mattered. Everything they stole was returned to its rightful owner. Me. Nexus Prime rewarded me beyond the original contract. Additional equity, bonus structures, full creative control over future projects. I rewarded Jenny substantially, invested heavily in her studio. She had saved my entire career with that protocol. Sometimes a good friend who always looks out for you is all you need. If you have such a friend, you are very lucky. I paid my tech team generously from the proceeds. They had built something world-class and deserved to share in its success. I bought myself a luxury house, finally had the recognition I had earned. the respect I deserved, the compensation that matched my value, position in the top 8, decision-making power, profit sharing, everything I had worked for, everything they tried to steal, justice won. Thanks for listening to the end. If you have ever been undervalued at work while others took credit for your contributions, remember this: protect your work, know your worth, and never let loyalty blind you to exploitation. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about workplace justice, standing up to corporate theft, and ensuring your brilliance benefits you, not those who underestimate you.